This episode begins with Thor's daydreaming in a wheat field. Turns out he's on the battlefield. We get a glimpse of the stunning animation and brutal violence. Thor's dominates, killing enemies with ease as he travels from boat to boat. In a fury of slashes and blood, Thor appears to be unfazed and unafraid. At the end of this scene he washes up on shore, leaving the burning boats behind. We move forward to years later on Iceland. Thorfinn is doing chores. We hear a likely false or exaggerated story about Vinland from his grandfather, Leif Erikson. Thorfinn lives with his father Thors, his mother Helga and his sister Ylfa. The next morning Ylfa and Thors begin shoveling the snow off of their room. Ylfa falls off and lands on a slave that was under the snow. The man is malnourished, badly scared and seemingly has frostbite on his limbs. Thors tries to save him from death. Meanwhile, Grandpa Leif tells Thorfinn a probably true story of being marooned on ice and having 6 of his crewmates die. He also explains why they left the warm Norway for the freezing Iceland. They fled from a strongman named Harald. Thorfinn calls him a liar and runs home. The slave begins to speak and explains that he's from Halfdan's. Halfdan arrives to collect his slave. When one of his men steps out of line, Halfdan wraps his chain around his face and pulls. The man is severely disfigured as a result. The slave talks about his family as he becomes delirious. When Halfdan comes to get him, Thors offers sheep for the dying slave. He ends up trading 8 for the slave. Halfdan accepts the offer thinking it was too good to pass, and leaves the place asking Thor if he had really given freedom to the slave. The slave quickly dies that day, leaving Ylfa frustrated. She thinks they have traded those ships for nothing. Finally, we see a boat with a blonde man with a scar approaching what we can assume is Iceland.
Maybach